Hello, and welcome to our early morning, our first service worship space. And I'm trying to get everything ready for tomorrow, and I notice we need to do a little cleanup here. So I think I've got everything I need to clean up. I've got a dust mop here, I've got some cleaning fluids here, I've got some sprays, and I've got paper towels, and I've got a vacuum cleaner, and of course I have a whip. I have everything I need to clean up. All right, maybe a whip might sound a little unusual. Maybe that's not something that you've used around the house to clean up, but we hear a story today about Jesus making a whip and cleaning the temple. He cleans the temple with a whip. He didn't use a broom. He didn't use some spray cleaners and some disinfectants. He used a whip, and the reason he used a whip, he made one out of some cords, but he used that whip because he was trying to not hurt anybody, but to drive people out. And the people he was trying to drive out were people who were basically stealing from others. They were telling them that if you want to come in and worship and make a sacrifice like they were required to do, or make an offering, well, you had to buy our special stuff. You had to buy our coins or our animals or whatever it was, and you had to do that before you could go into the temple. The problem was that not only was I selling you $1 worth of coins, but I was selling you $1 worth of coins for $10 or $20, and it was the only coins you could use. There were none others, and I was stealing. I would steal from you so that you could worship. I was telling you, you've got to pay all this money if you want to go ahead and worship. Imagine if we stood outside the door here on Sunday morning and said, welcome to worship. Now, if you want to come in, you have to have this special card, and to get that card, you have to give me $25, and then you can have a special card and you can go in. And the person says, well, I've got another card. Will that work? Nope, it has to be just this one type of card, and you can only buy it here, and you can only buy it for this much money. That wouldn't be right. That's not what we're called to do. That's not who we're called to be. That's not what God calls us to. God calls people together to worship freely. He calls them to come and to join in worship. He calls them to join together not for any cost, but because they're His people and He cares about them, and He wants them to be able to hear Him share His word with them. He wants them to be able to give thanks and praise. He wants them to be able to pray, and all of those things, not for, well, the right amount of money. And there isn't a right amount of money. If you come to worship with $0 and 0 cents, you are welcome to worship. If you come to worship and you have $1,000 in your pocket, you're welcome to come and worship. It doesn't matter. You matter. But the amount of money you're carrying on you, or having just the right coin or just the right animal or anything special like that, isn't needed, because you're what's special. Jesus came so that you would have life and life everlasting, so that you would know that you could approach Him not with special coins, but just because you're His child and He cares about you. Jesus cleansed the temple. He took the people that were stealing from people trying to come to worship, the money changers and people like that, and He cast them out of there. He sent them out because He said this is supposed to be a place of prayer and of worship, not a place for thieves.